Hey guys, it is update time again, and today I like to do something a little bit different. I have been picking up movies, even though I haven't done an update in a little bit, but I'm trying to watch the movies now. Because first, before doing the updates, there might be some times where I'll be too excited and I'll still show you the stuff, but sometimes I'll do an update and then I'll watch the films later on, and I'll really want to talk about the movies, but I don't want to be redundant. So I got only a small amount of films here. I only got four films that I'm going to talk about today, and I guess we should begin. All right, so first up, we have The Girl with All the Gifts, and this is a really cool movie. It's a zombie film, which is right up my alley. And this one's a little bit different than the average zombie film, and that's the main reason why I enjoyed it so much. This one deals with zombie children. I don't want to get too much into the plot because this is probably something that you should probably watch like cold without knowing too much about it. But the things I did like about this film is that it was a straight up zombie film. It wasn't comedic or anything like that, and they actually found like a new angle for the zombie movie. Like I like the way the zombie virus worked in this one. It was something new that I haven't seen in a movie before, a zombie movie, and I like the story for the most part. Now I want to talk about this release. This is the Canadian release, and I was like, really excited when this first came out because I wasn't sure that the Canadian release was out yet. But after I watched the film, I tried to put on special features and realized there were none. There's not even a scene selection on this thing. And I went back to look at the back, and sure enough, there's nothing listed. The only thing this thing has is a main menu page and subtitles. So I'm wondering if the U.S. release or one of the other releases of this actually has something. I haven't really looked into it yet. I don't know if I like the film enough to want to buy it again, but I'm not too sure. So The Girl for the Gifts will kick off this update. All right, next up we have Avas Possession, and this is one I almost passed up on mainly because of the artwork. Like in the last couple of years, there's been a lot of possession films, and they always have the name of the character in it, like the possession of so and so or whatever. And this one, for some reason, I decided to check this one out, and I'm glad I did because this one's different than the average possession film. Essentially, this movie is about what happens after the person has had the demon exorcised, and it's about a girl named Ava who has just had her demon exorcised, and it's about her trying to cope with everything she did while she was possessed. And this is a comedic film as well. But the thing I liked about it was, in the universe of this film, demonic possession is legally recognized, and she's in a situation where she either has to go to prison for the things that she's done while she was possessed, or she has to go into like a 12-step program like thing, like a probation thing, and she meets other people who have been possessed, and they talk about their demons' names and things they've done. And this was a lot of fun. The only thing that kind of bugged me about this film was at the end they tried to put a mystery into the story that I didn't really need. But I still feel this movie may have made a better TV series, because there was some questions towards the end, some revelations that this film didn't really address, and it's like it felt like there was more story there that they could have went on than what they ended up doing. So this one's definitely worth checking out. I will say this artwork it does a disservice for this movie. Like it looks like a standard possession film, and this is not the case. All right. Next up, we have The Tall Man, and this is one I had for a while, but I just didn't get around to showing. I finally watched this one last night, and I ended up really enjoying this one. The thing about this movie is it really isn't a horror film; it's more of a thriller. And of course, it stars Jessica Biel. And this one is about the small town where all the work is dried up, the mines have closed down, and there really isn't anything there. But they have a problem in that someone's abducting the young children in the town, and there's a rumor amongst the children that the person doing it is called the Tall Man. This film is really cool, and there's at a certain point in this film, there's like the story turns on its head, and I don't want to like give too much away. Like I really, and that's what really sealed the deal for me with this one, because this one could have went the standard storyline where a mother is trying to get their child back, but it does something different, and I really enjoyed that. Um, this film probably isn't for everybody, though. I think a lot of people, especially if you're expecting to see a hardcore horror film, you might be disappointed by this one. But I did enjoy this. All right, so that was The Tall Man. And last up for this update, we have Dark Summer. And I don't think I've shown this one before, but I may have. I don't know. This one kind of reminded me a little bit of Disturbia. It has a similar plot where a teenager is forced to be stuck in a house arrest, and then something happens where they're stuck because they can't leave the house. And in this case, there's a young boy that's under house arrest for cyber stalking. And then something happens to the girl that he was stalking, and he ends up being haunted by a ghost. And he's kind of screwed because he can't leave the house. Because you're normally in a haunting type movie, you know, if the house is haunted, get out of the house. But unfortunately, he really can't do that because he'll end up going to jail. I really did enjoy this one a lot, and there is a twist with this one as well. Can't get into that in case you want to check this one out. I did like this one. I didn't think I would have liked this one, but I actually did. As the reviews are kind of mixed on this IMDb for some reason. All right, guys, so that's it. That's my update. I'm hoping to do this again. Hopefully I can get some time to watch enough movies where I can put them together to talk about, as opposed to saying, hey, I just bought this movie. Because sometimes I do that, and then I go back and watch the film, and it's like, hey, I really want to talk about this. But, you know, whatever. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you all later.